Hey guys, what's going on? So, Brewer's Adventures here. My name's Josh. This is my first video actually going up on this channel, proper outdoorsy style video. In the background you'll see Ruger, 4-year-old German Shepherd, and then you'll also see my wife eventually. She's out of town right now, but hopefully she'll be on the channel soon if she's not too camera shy. So this is a Lifetime Envoy. It's typically a tandem kayak. However, we do have two kayaks. She has the Old Town Vapor 10. It's my old one. And then we picked this up on Facebook Marketplace for a deal we couldn't pass up. So I'm finally going to upgrade it and make it to where I really enjoy it. And like I said, it's going to be focused on for fishing and then also just leisurely kayaking. So I'm going to start out with the seat modification. This is a GCI outdoor seat. I really enjoy them. That's the XL rocker. A lot of folks are starting to use those now for, going to events and stuff like that. So we're going to install this with a couple U brackets or like metal piping brackets, PVC pipes. It looks like this. It's just a simple, and let me come over here closer to the camera. So it's just a metal bracket, galvanized steel. It's really simple, nothing fancy, nothing super fancy. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and adjust the camera for you guys. This is being shot on my phone until I get a GoPro or something like that. A lot of people are like, hey, you told me that you can start with your phone. So we're starting with the phone. My AirPods keep connecting and disconnecting. I don't have my mic set up out here. So you'll see down here on the base, I'll point it out to you. So down here is where I'm going to put the little U brackets. Now, it's not exactly how I want it to be just because of the width of the seat and the curvature of the kayak. I mean, it's not meant for this. So we're going to have to, and let me show you exactly what I'm using. So I'm using the 1/2-inch galvanized tube straps, as you can see there. It's just a little 10-pack from Lowe's. It's like $2. It's simple. This don't have to be anything fancy. This isn't a Moken 10 or any type of, like big name brand kayak. So I'm not too worried about it. And these actually fit nice and snug right here. It's gonna be a little awkward mounting, but we're gonna get it done to where this isn't gonna move. So first things first, always make sure to have a Sharpie to kind of, mark where your holes are gonna be. That way you don't screw anything up. And another thing is I'm using this clip right here to make sure that it's aligned in the middle, and there's another one in front, which makes it really easy to do with this kayak, thankfully. So I want to try and not let anything move and still be able to mark my holes for drilling. So we're just going to mark one there. We're just going to get nice and close. He said, Dad, what the hell are you doing? Don't worry about it, buddy, it's fine. And I kind of got it marked. It's going to be rough, but it's going to work out fine. And then, just want to come over to this other side. And now, the important thing here, we don't really want to move the seat too much as it is. So I'm just going to move this bracket over a little more. And this is where I was questioning if I need the bigger one. I can bend it down a little bit, and it's going to be fine. So I'll actually go ahead and install that first bracket, and then move off of there, just so we don't have multiple holes in the kayak. You do not want that. And then you also want to make sure that you use some type of silicone, waterproof silicone to make this work well. So we can move the seat out of the way now, and it kind of sits perfectly where I want it. And honestly, it's going to fit really well. I haven't even tested it. I should probably do that. So yeah, this is going to be a lot better than my other setup. The other seat's just plastic, and I like how this feels. It's nice. It gives me some comfort. It's just going to be better overall, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of people do this with other kayaks. Like I said, we're going to put this out of the way for now. It does come, and now this is another reason I bought this one. It comes with a strap here to keep it closed while in transit. So that's going to be good while it is in the back of the truck. So we'll get our drill out here. And then, let's see. Where is my hardware that I purchased? So they are 3/4 inch. I probably should have got a little shorter ones, but this will be fine. 3/4 inch self-tapping screws. And so I'm probably going to use, let's see what we got here. This is a 3/32 and it should be plenty big enough, but not too small, not too big. This is an impact drill, so I went ahead and turned it to low. We'll just tighten that down there. We're gonna turn it down because I had it turned up as I was doing some wood work. We'll turn it down there, and it's ready to go. So when doing this, just make sure you're nice and straight. You don't have to go super deep. Make sure you get all your pieces off as you go. I'm gonna turn it up to high just because I didn't like how that felt. And then, just for safety precaution, I'm gonna go ahead and take this and make sure that my holes actually line up or that I can find them. So there's that one, nice and centered. Where's that? There it is. So that's going to work there. So once again, we're gonna make sure we're nice and straight. There we go. It's through. We're good to go. Let's get our little strings off there. Now, set that aside. Bring the seat back over. And we can leave that down for right now. I'm just gonna make sure, once again, everything lines up. And it does. Beautiful. So, I actually forgot to grab a screwdriver. Let me do that. It's inside. The cats are trying to come out the door. That's always lovely. All right, and we're back. So I actually need to change out my bit. Let's see. So it's a Phillips. We want to make sure that we have a tight connection inside the actual screw head. A lot of folks, you know, they're like, oh, I'm a stripping these screws. Well, it's because you're using the wrong Phillips. Not all Phillips heads are the exact same. Always remember to hydrate. Today's evening. Let's get my go-to Brewer choice from the supermarket. Not my go-to at a bar if they have craft. All right. Make sure that we're lined up here. We are. So you gotta put some pressure behind it. And we just screw it in. Now I'm not gonna tighten this down all the way quite yet because I wanna go ahead and start my other screw. And as you can see, that drill bit actually came out of the screwdriver because it's what was actually fitted for the screw. So it made nice contact, which is always lovely. And then let's go in. This one, nice pressure, not too hard. You don't want to punch it through. It's so easy to do on this plastic. Now, like I said, I want to make sure that I have silicone in there. So, with that being said, we're actually going to get our silicone going here, pull it back, we'll lock it into place. Just kind of push it up a little bit there. I got some nice industrial scissors, and you know, I don't want too much coming out, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off at a time. Sweet. We got a nice little hole set up. And now that's done, I'm going to turn it to the way I want it. And then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze till it starts coming out just a little bit. See if I can get it to work. Oh, it's not set. Sweet. Oh, you know what? I didn't tap it. Helps if I actually pierce the seal. Ooh, it's always something that you forget. All right, I tell you what, we'll come back to the coffee. Just because I got to pierce the inner seal, no worries. We'll just screw it down for now so we can go ahead and get our other one going. And that's the beautiful thing about doing one solid shot, just without not having to, or not wanting to worry about editing, you run into mistakes like that. And you might do that, you might skip a step or something, which is completely fine. Everybody's human, it's gonna happen. You're not always going to get everything right the first time you go, so don't worry about it. Okay, that's nice and hand tight, as is that. And that's not going anywhere. So now, on to our other one. So, like I said, the reason I did this one is because, as you can see, there's still a lot of movement. You don't have 2 brackets in yet. So, I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one, and then we'll just drill that. And that'll be our seat installed. So I can't really go ahead and put brackets on the front of this one, just because it's so close, the curvature of the kayak, it's really awkward. That's the main reasons. So we're gonna dive right in, and it's super hot in here right now, by the way. It's humid in Alabama. We have the best fishing in the South, hands down, but it gets super hot and humid, and that's the only fault. And I mean, summertime in Alabama is not fun. We can't wait for the fall around here, because it has been hot, hot, hot. All right, first hole. Boom, there's one. Nice and easy. Oh, slid on that one. And that's what you want to avoid. So we just give it a little bit more pressure. Like I said, get your shavings off. All right. This AirPod really does keep going in and out. And I apologize if the quality is terrible, but we're doing one shot go and it's already in. So this is it, baby. All right. We're gonna get our front screw in first, just to make sure it's actually lined up. And the lighting in here, yes, I know it is terrible, but that's fine, you'll survive. All right. So this, oh fuck. This one is awkward, I do cuss, so be warned, you will hear cuss words, and that's just that, baby. All right, let's see. This is not fun when you can't move it as much on the other side. I don't have a stubby screwdriver. Well, I think I do, I just don't know where it's at. And fighting with fabric is always fun. There we go, she's sitting down. Now once again, I want some play in this bracket so I can get the other screw in. Luckily, you don't have to worry about any stripping with this. Okay. And we're just gonna press right into that. Like I said, don't push it through. It's thin plastic. It's the beauties of kayaks. All right. And we went straight down to hand tight on that back one without over tightening it. And we're gonna do now the same thing on the front one. This is where you can put a little bit more pressure. I'm not putting my body weight on this, so don't worry about that. This is just get a little bit better angle. She's in there now. And so the seat pops up like that. No big deal, I'm not worried about it. The thing I'm worried about, it don't really slide or anything like that. It's kind of in place. If I want to get in, I can now get in. It's nice, it's comfy. I'm sitting up higher. And yeah, I mean, I had a simple little modification. And honestly, now that I did this, I can get right to this screw. So, word of advice, if you go to do this and put it in, raise the seat up, it helps. And then I'm just gonna go back over here. Sweet. That's in. Now, you know, I got a bunch of modifications to go through, so I'll probably go back and silicone at the end. And yes, this is going to slide a little bit, but it's okay. If I want to put in any stoppers, eventually I can to make it not slide. But like I said, I'm not worried about it right now. It's functional, that's what I care about. It looks good, it's no big deal. I'm happy with it. As long as you're happy with anything that you upgrade of your own, That's all that matters. Don't let anybody else get you down. If you like it, sweet. Once again, Brewer's Adventures. My name is Josh. That's Ruger. And we will catch you on the next series here. So stay tuned.